the body will try to find certainty any way it can. And here's a brain twister. Pain is a form of certainty.
Wow.
Because what can you depend on?
Okay. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
You just changed my life right there, Perry.
It's okay. Wow, that's probably why every time I have any trauma, Jill just said it the other day. She said, you never hurt except when something crazy is going on in your life. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's right.
I always hurt.
Yeah, it's almost like an anchor in a way, right?
Yeah,
it's
need
like a safety thing that you can run back to. And then people say, that's crazy. I don't want to be out of pain. I'm like, listen. And then that's one of the keys that I've learned over the years of why so many of my therapies didn't work. Because one, I'd just drop a nuclear bomb on you when you came in here and do all of my tools at once. And I would usually be really heavy-handed in my early career where I would dig into tissues and you'd be screaming on my table because I thought that was what I needed to do or that's what you wanted me to do. And now I know when I'm doing that, well, I'm probably freaking you out even more. Mm-hmm. So I needed to do less.
Yeah.
Right? That makes sense. So that's when I just started to, that's why when people say, what do you do for elbow tendonitis? I'm like, well, whose elbow are you talking about?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
all the time.
I can't give you the magic formula because that's the what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know the why because the diagnosis is not the cause.
No.
I went to get a scan of my neck to determine if it was malignant or benign. When I was getting that scan, I was in a room that was cold, very stagnant. I was wearing a gown with my ass hanging out, and I'm very vulnerable. And have people just telling me what to do, not talking to me, telling me what's happening, asking my name, anything. I was a piece of meat on a table. And I'm in this industry as a healthcare provider, and I was scared, I was lost, and it was a very, very toxic, miserable experience for me. And I said to myself, good God, can you imagine how somebody else feels who's going through that thing, who doesn't know what I know about what's going on and how that leaves an impression on them? And you don't think that's going to make a difference in their recovery? You're fooling yourself. The human brain hates uncertainty, but it needs it at the same time. How's that for a brain bender? Because listen, if everything was certain, you'd be bored quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like, what the hell fun is that, right? So you need some uncertainty. The brain loves uncertainty if there's a background of safety built into it.
Yeah.
And nature already gave you the answer of what it is. It's play. Play is uncertainty with a background of safety because we're just playing, man. I'm not stressing you out with a technique. I know I'm not going to hurt you. You're not going to hurt me. But if we do, it's cool. It's okay. We know our limits. That's how we learn. So we explore and we play. So my first rehabilitation is to get people into doing movements that they enjoy. Pain is a form of awareness, and most people are only aware of something when it hurts. So pain is a really effective communication tool. And then something happened where I had a really stressful reaction to something that I read online, oddly enough. And it was like a comment on a social media thread that I had. You know, you have these things out there called trolls. I don't know if you ever heard of them. But,
I've heard of them.
You know, come at you pretty hard, but you don't fall in line with all the other minnows, right? And they said something that really upset me, and I stepped back, and instead of knee-jerk reactions, sending something back, I noticed, oh my goodness, I am feeling all the symptoms right now that I did when I was really, really sick.
Wow.
Came up because of how I reacted to somebody's words in a post.
Wow.
That's what I needed. So It doesn't like uncertainty because if that's not what it's designed to do, it's designed to predict. That's where you'll tell yourself stories that are not true because you think they're true, so they're certain anyway, whether they're false or not. You follow?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell yourself stories for certainty, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
That's really, really important for people to understand. So uncertainty, not knowing, lack of control. Those. Look around in the world today and you tell me what it's full of. Uncertainty, not knowing, lack of control, conflicting information. Holy crap. That's the recipe for disaster and stress and inflammation. And that's why everybody's falling off the deep end. Right? So how can you begin to gain control?
Right.
First,